4, 4, 4, 4, etc., forever and forever, this repeating decimal. Suppose we wanted to convert this to a fraction. Well, how would we do that? Well, the first thing that we need to do in order to convert from a decimal to a fraction is we have to set our decimal to a variable. So let's set this variable to x. Okay, let's say x is equal to 0.4444 repeating forever and ever and ever. Okay, so we have this now set to a variable, and I want you to think about now, is there a way that we could multiply this variable by something to where we can do subtraction and we can get rid of all of these repeating decimals? And the answer to that is yes. Okay, the answer to that is to set our variable to a number like 10. Okay, so imagine, so if x is equal to 0.444 repeating, what would 10x be equal to? Well, we know when we multiply a number by 10, a power of 10, we move it to the right. Okay, so because we're multiplying by 10, we're going to move this decimal point over one spot. And that's going to give us something really interesting, isn't it? That's going to change this number into 4.4444, repeating forever. And you'll notice something really cool now. Check this out. Okay, well, how do we get rid of all these? We need to subtract. Okay, we need to subtract. Okay, well, what is 0.44444 minus 0.44444? Well, those are going to cross out because those are just going to be zeros, which is going to leave us with something over here equals 4. Okay, because these are gone, remember. And then what is 10 minus x? Well, this is like having a 1x. Anything minus x is like a 1 in front of it. So 10x minus 1x, well, that's going to be 9x. And now we can just divide. We can divide by 9, and we can divide by 9. Which means x is equal to, those are going to cross out, x is equal to 4/9. Okay, let's do another one. Let's get rid of this and let's have another single digit that repeats forever and ever and ever. Let's say we want to convert let me write this a little bit lower, 0.88888 forever and ever and ever. We want to convert this into a fraction. Step 1, okay? First thing we got to do is we have to set it to a variable. So we're going to set it to the variable x again. We're going to say x is equal to 0.8888888, forever and ever repeating. And we said, okay, the way for us to get all of these decimals, to get them to go away, is we need to multiply by a power of 10. Okay, so we're going to set our x now. We're going to set this x to 10x. Okay, well, what happens when we multiply by 10? Well, the decimal moves over one place, so 10x is now going to be equal to 8.8888, repeating forever. And we say, well, this is pretty cool, right? It's a little congested right now, but you can imagine, okay? Imagine we had 7.5 minus 0.5. Well, those 5s would cancel out, and you would just get left with 7. That's what the idea is right here. Okay, we can now subtract these. Okay, so we're going to subtract from both sides. So let's do our subtraction. What's 10x minus 1x? Or 10x minus x? We can imagine there's a 1 here if we would like to. Well, that's going to be 9x. It's going to be equal to what? Well, all of these 8's, they're all going to cancel out. It's going to leave us with nothing. 8 minus 0, well, that's just 8. Okay, and now we just divide by 9 to get x by itself, which is going to give us an answer of x equals 8 ninths. That is how you convert a single repeating digit to a fraction. As always, happy learning. I'll see you in the next video.